Yo, what's up? Watching the Watchers. Just catching up on this news story about the Birmingham stabbings. Now, as soon as I heard this on the radio this morning, I knew immediately it wouldn't have been a white guy. Okay? Now, part of the reason why, is the lack of mention of race or colour whenever they're mentioning about stabbings and stuff like that. So, there's another story. This morning, stabbings in London. All people stabbed, and the people stabbing was also black. Okay, so this guy's black. Apparently he's going around stabbing random people. Police can't see any connection to anything. No mention of the guy being black, despite the Black Lives Matter thing going on all around, well, America, UK, Europe. Yeah. Now, wouldn't the first thing you'd be thinking that this is some sort of retaliation, perhaps, from a BLM extremist, perhaps? Would that not be a proper way of thinking about this, or even mentioning his race? Even when the guy's talking about it, the eyewitness, he says, "Oh yeah, he was a guy. He was wearing a hoodie and a black cap." Just say he was a black man. Yeah. Or he was a white man, or an Asian man, They're not allowed to say black man, because it might annoy the BLM. But it's okay as soon as a white copper does something, or a white person does something towards a black person, then that's immediately seen as racist. Brinded around, white man attacks a bunch of people, bunch of black people. But whatever. Ah, dear. So yeah, black man, during the BLM stuff going on, goes around randomly stabbing people in Birmingham. Let's watch the official story on the BBC. And there's a couple of things here that are quite interesting. We've got immediately as well, there's a woman that's a witness. She's wearing purple and has got the green Joker hair, but yeah. Let's have a quick look then.
A police manhunt is underway after a series of knife attacks in Birmingham city centre last night, in which one person...
If you don't know what purple represents, it is the trans colour. Okay? See my other videos on that. The Joker, the Joker is often depicted wearing purple because it's a trans colour and he's actually bisexual if you actually read the comics. And there's other things as well, like Prince, he was... all his songs are about, or a lot of his songs are about, bisexuality. He was talking about bisexuality, saying he had male and female energy inside him. His guitar was a male and female symbol, blah, blah, blah. And the green is simply a reversion or reverse of the purple. That's why you see purple and green. Same as the suffrage movement with the female rights movement. They also use purple and green. Yeah, for female rights, which led to male. It's basically trying to be feminine, blah, blah, blah. Let's not go off into a tangent now.
Was stabbed to death and 7 others were wounded. In the last few hours, West Midlands Police have released CCTV footage of a suspect, and they are appealing for anyone who might have information or evidence to come forward. Let's go live now to our Midlands correspondent, Sean Lloyd. Sean.
Well, this is the street where a 23-year-old man was murdered. Another man was also stabbed here, and he was seriously hurt. Now, the victims' families are being supported tonight by specially trained officers, and there remains an increased police presence right across Birmingham. Officers are asking the public for the help with their investigation.
Please send your video into a
This is
secret
the man police
place.
want to question in connection with the attacks. The man they hope someone will recognise. This footage, captured just before 2 o'clock this morning, shows him casually walking along a Birmingham street. By this time, a number of people had already been stabbed. 14 ambulances were called to 4 locations.
On a side note, we're we're actually housing about 45,000 refugees from violent places. And it's costing the taxpayer £4 billion. But save that for another video. Basically, Nigel Farage was doing a campaign thing about it on YouTube, saying, "Oh, these people stay in these hotels and stuff like this. These people, these migrants being put up in hotels, blah 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 blah." And it's costing £4 billion. They were doing it with the Cosmans and Margate, like after 9/11. So yeah, that's nothing new, but that's another video as well. Lots of videos to come. Been away for a while. Let's carry on.
A 23-year-old man died. A 32-year-old woman and a 19-year-old man are critically injured.
Got 23 and 32.
5 other people were also hurt.
Opposites.
They lost him there. But before they lost him, they spoke to him. The manager says, I'll never forget your face, you know? You stabbed the girl. And he says, whatever. That's the answer. He wasn't even panicking. He wasn't, reacting or anything.
What would he pant? Like a dog?
4, 5, it might be 7 times, I think. I'm counting all myself. Between 5 and 7 times, he walked as if nothing happened.
Passers-by tried
Got
to
the LGBT rainbow there. Actually, it's been reclaimed by the NHS, hasn't it? During the COVID-19 saga. We've got 3 there on that cone.
what they could.
Me and my friend ran.
Now this is the one purple wearing Christian cross and the green Joker hair, so wearing the Joker colours / bisexual colours. And not much femininity with this woman, shall we say.
And the paramedics were trying to do their job.
4 separate
Look at
locations
that real
within
quick.
a mile radius.
It's like, yeah, you'll be the perfect person for our interview. You're a female with very masculine appearance and a purple top and green hair. We got you. You got the Joker colours. Get you on there.
Be okay, and the paramedics were trying to do their job.
4 separate locations within a mile radius.
And also the Christian cross on her as well.
People left pubs and restaurants.
Irony. So look at that. A little bit, just a little bit again. I mean, look at that. Christian cross. Man or woman looks like a man with your purple colour and your green Joker hair. Your sort of bisexual colours as well. I mean, does this person not know? Is it a subliminal thing? I'm going to wear purple and green hair, not knowing the connection to anything? I mean, coincidence? I don't think so.
Paramedics were trying to do their job.
4 separate locations within a mile radius. The attacks took place as people left pubs and restaurants. The first call was made at midnight, with the focus of the investigation moving to Livery Street nearby. The attacker was still on the move. His next victim was assaulted in Irving Street, where sadly he died. The man then fled to Hurst Street.
Hurst Street. Hurst, like a hearse, as in what people get carried in when they die. Hurst. Hurst Street. As in driving away from the morgue. Hurst Street. Or to the morgue.
Clearly we're still in the early stages of that inquiry, but what I can say
From the morgue.
is that we are treating all 4 of those incidents as a link
From
to
the
serious.
graveyard.
Specialist forensic teams have continued to gather evidence. Officers are appealing for anyone who filmed what unfolded last night to upload footage to a specially dedicated web.
Yes, upload to a specially dedicated website. Do not upload to YouTube. No independent footage, please. We don't want another instance like the Westminster Bridge attack where the woman was underneath the back of a bus wheel with no evidence of crush marks or blood. But yeah, that was uploaded to YouTube and then banned and blocked because it just looked really strange, didn't it? But yeah, that's a side note.
Page. They believe this was a random attack with nothing obvious to link the victims.
Like the guy's colour of his skin. That's not obvious during the whole entire thing about BLM. Black Lives Matter. But they're not going to mention this guy's black. What's with that? Were his victims white? Yeah, if the victims were white and he's black, then there'd not be connection there. You know, if he stabbed a couple of black people as well, and white and black, then no. But as they're not showing us anything, not showing us who the victims are, or even giving any descriptions whatsoever, how do we know?
Their message that the city is still a safe place to visit.
Safe
but
place, a
people have
woman
been
in
left
blood red.
shocked by what they saw.
Was on the street around 2:20 2. We heard somebody shout down the street, "Stop him, he's just stabbed somebody." And
Stop him, he just stabbed somebody. So somebody shouted that out, just witnessing someone getting stabbed to death. and then telling someone like this guy here to go and chase him down and stop him. How's that going to work without them getting stabbed as well? It'd be more like if you saw someone stab someone like that, it'd be more like, run, he's got a knife. Stay away from him, he's got a knife. Not go and chase after him and stop him so you can get stabbed to death.
Initially, it was a guy with a black hoodie on, with the hood pulled up over his head.
So he's got a black hoodie on with the hood up pulled over his head. No skin tone, no skin colour mentioned.
Walking relatively casually in the first instance, and as soon as somebody shouted, stop him, he stabbed somebody, that's when he ran off into the area of Sherlock Street.
Tonight, streets remained closed in the city centre as police tried to track down a killer who struck as he wandered among people who were enjoying a night out. Sean Lloyd, BBC News, Birmingham.
There you go, there's my quick thoughts on that. Leave your comments in the comments section. Keep it clean.